welcome back to my channel, Fixing It Up with Sandra. In case you're new here, I'm Sandra, and today we are going to do a really fun Halloween bat themed wreath. I have this super cute centerpiece. Let me take the plastic off, that I got from Three Birds Nest with an S. Without an S, it's a clothing store. If you look it up on Etsy, with an S, you'll find this super adorable company. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I ran to my local Dollar Tree and I grabbed all the bat themed stuff that I could find. So we're gonna have lots of trinkets on here, super, super cute. And what else? Let's see. Yeah, we're just gonna make the super adorable wreath. We are in my shop, and I do wanna say this, because I'm gonna put it in the description box below. My shop, my little old piece of hard work, heaven, my dream come true, was nominated in my community for the best of Lake and Mendocino County. I live in Lake County. My shop is located in Lake County, and I was nominated for the best consignment / thrift store, best in customer service, places to buy a unique gift, and gift shop. I'm gonna put all this information in the description box below. If you would love to vote for me in these categories, it would mean the world to me. I will put in the description box how you can do that. I am so honored that I was even nominated in these 4 categories. And being a small business owner is so hard, let me tell you. So if you want to vote, again, check out the description box. Voting is completely free. And if you're curious about my shop, head over to Instagram. Again, the link is in the description box. You can click on that, go to my Instagram or my Facebook page, and you can see all the love that I put into this little place right here. And you know, we're starting to film my tutorials in here because it's just so darn cute. But anyways, we're gonna point the camera down. We're gonna get started on this wreath because I've got so many bat themed stuff. Super cute. And on that note, we're gonna point the camera down and get started. Here's all the bat themed items that I grabbed. I grabbed like these cute little rubber bats, pretty evil looking. We can just cut these off. I've got bat rings. I've got orange glitter bats, black glitter bats, and even some bat ribbon, all from the Dollar Tree. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with this little sign right here. And here's the mesh that we're gonna be using. It's the, let's see, it is 21 inches by 10 yards. And we've got our frame from the Dollar Tree. And like I said, we're gonna get started. We're gonna do a poof method. It's gonna be really fun, really easy. And I can't wait to see how this is gonna turn out. All right, so I went ahead and prepped my wreath frame, and I'm gonna explain to you how I came up with the number of pipe cleaners that I have on here. So this roll that we're gonna be using is 10 yards, okay? Now, hopefully you guys can follow along. So that's 10 yards. So I broke that up into inches, which is 360 inches, okay? Now, this wreath frame has 6 sections. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's got 6 sections. And I'm like, okay, I wanna make sure we have even amount of pipe cleaners in each section. Sorry, my throat. And so I'm like, you know what? Maybe we can do like 3 poofs in each section. So like 3 pipe cleaners in each section. So I took 360 and divided. We had 3 in each section. It would be 18, because 3 times the 6 sections would be 18 pipe cleaners. And I think it came out to like 20 inches or something like that. And I'm like, ooh, those poofs would be a little too big. Because if you think about it, I like to do my poofs the length of my arm. This thing is 21 inches. If it was 20 inches, it would be too big. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe we'll do 4 poofs in each section, and we'll see how that works. And it came out to about 15 inches per poof. And you'll see what I mean when we start making the poofs when I tell you about the size. The only reason why I know this is because I've been doing this for a while. So that's why I'm like, I hope you guys follow along. So I came up with 24 pipe cleaners because I took 24 divided into 360. That's how many inches. And then it makes it each poof about 15 inches. And that seems about right to me, okay? That way we use this entire roll, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started. And just in case you're wondering where I got this roll from, I got it from Paper Mart. It's an online wreath shop, and I absolutely love them. They're super affordable. If you are going to be buying holiday items from them, I highly recommend you do it now. They sell out pretty quick. All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take a little piece of this and drop it to the ground. All right, so here's the edge. I like to tuck the ends and then gather it like so. And let me just adjust this camera so you can see what I'm doing. All right, there we go. So I have my wreath frame right here, and I'm gonna grab this and roughly, so I'm gonna put this, actually I'm gonna put this into a thing. And you can zip tie your very first, like this starter point, you can zip tie to that to the frame. I usually do that afterwards, but now we're gonna take it and we're gonna go about to my shoulder, which is roughly about the 15 inches. And when this poof, so when you have about 15 inches, this is what your poof will look like. That's why I was like, oh, if I went bigger than 15 inches, my poof would just be too big. It would be flipping and flopping. So that's why we're doing about 15 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it into the next pipe cleaner like so, and give a good twist. And just to make sure that we're doing the 15 inches, let me go get my measuring tape to make sure we're doing exactly 15 inches. All right, so I've got my measuring tape to about 15 inches. So when I hold it like so, see it roughly goes to about my elbow. And you can keep a measuring tape out or like one of those cutting mats, just so you can make sure that you get 15 inches every single time. So we're gonna do it again. Go up to right about here, grab my poof, place it into the second pipe cleaner, like so. And as you do a wreath with this poof method, you'll start to gauge like how many inches you like to use to make your poof. And see, now I'm gonna pull it all apart. It's gonna look so cute. Look at that. Actually, I might tuck those edges back in. And we're just gonna go around the entire wreath at 15 inches per poof into all 24 of our pipe cleaner. So again, you're just gonna go like this and go around. All right, and so this is gonna be a very full wreath. And the great thing is because there is no cutting involved, if you're like, oh, I made a little bit of a mistake, no worries. You didn't cut it, so it's easy to fix. And just take your time and go along like so. And like I said, I always just like to make sure that I tuck my edges. And again, if you're like, oh, I didn't tuck the edge, it's okay. Undo your pipe cleaner and go back to it. So this is how it's starting to look. So let me go ahead, go all the way around this wreath, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I have my wreath completely done, and I did use the whole roll, which is exactly what I wanted to do. So this is the wreath. Look at how full and fluffy it is and poofy. It is so gorgeous. Now, the wreath frame that I got was from the Dollar Tree. It doesn't say any inches on it. I guess they're just going to like one standard wreath frame. But if you happen to get a wreath frame and you want to know the inches, I'm assuming that this is the 14-inch one that they used to sell. It's not the bigger 18-inch. So in case you are just wondering. So again, this was a 10-yard roll. We did 24 pipe cleaners. We did each poof at 15 inches, okay? So now what we're gonna do is point the camera down. I'm gonna manually turn it down, and we're gonna add our centerpiece right now. And I went ahead, so, all right, let me see if I can pick up where I left off. They're an amazing company. This is Three Birds Nest. This is who I like to order my signs through when I can. And they will put the hole placement wherever you'd like. They have options, and so I always like to do the 4, two at the top, 2 at the bottom, and I went ahead and put pipe cleaners in there. So now we're just gonna go ahead and attach this to our wreath, and then we're gonna build around our sign. So let me go ahead, like I said, manually point this camera down to my beautiful wreath, and we're just gonna lay this on top like so, and then kind of wind these pipe cleaners through here. And I just love how this came out. I absolutely love that this wreath is so poofy, You know, actually I'm gonna turn this over. It'd be probably easier for me to do it like so. And as you can see, like with how poofy this wreath came out, you can see that I ran out of black pipe cleaners. You can definitely use a different color. You're not gonna see the pipe cleaners unless you turn this bad boy over. Man, it's really poofy. I'm just barely able to pull this through. And the reason why I'm using pipe cleaners is because I left my wire at home, and we just are gonna work with what we got. And so, yeah, that's nice. But yeah, if you run out of, and you're like, oh, well, it doesn't match perfectly, it is a-okay. Because for the most part, you're not going to see it. So, okay, let's just get this in here. I always make this look so hard, but it's kind of like sewing. You just gotta like wiggle it through. And with this wreath being so poofy, it's kind of hard to get it to go through this back. Because it's just barely enough to like twist, which is always a good thing. This is a good problem to have. So I'm not complaining at all. And if I had my wire up, obviously, I would, oh, just so cute. All right, get these other ones in here and go ahead and get those hot glue guns heated up because we're about to use the heck out of it. Actually, I think we're gonna do our ribbon next. That way we know where to put our trinkets all around. All right, one more pipe cleaner and we are good to go. And then we'll adjust our poofs as we need to once we flip this bad boy back over. And all right, get in there. Last one. All right, there we go. Okay, so flip it back over. And then, like I said, just adjust your poofs as needed, kind of pull them out from underneath your sign, get it all, you know, cutesy wootsies. All right, there we go. All right, we're gonna add some ribbon. And I'm gonna show you the ribbon that I've got, because I did get the bat ribbon from the Dollar Tree, but I also have some other ribbon that I want to use. All right, so I've got my ribbon cut, and we're gonna be using this really cute bat ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree. We're gonna use this orange splatter ribbon that I got from Michael's, and we're going to be using this really pretty black and white with orange stripes, or black and white stripes with an orange, like little fuzzy. And I cut my ribbon at 17 inches. And the reason why I did that is because before I cut all this, I kind of like did like a little test, like, okay, how, you know, I want it to peek out. So like, how much would that be? And it turned out it was 17 inches. So anyways, I cut 6 of each type of ribbon. So what we're gonna do, and I already cut it into the fancy little tails, we're gonna take our 3 ribbons and we're gonna kind of line them up as best as possible, fold it in half like so, and pinch them together like this. And we're just gonna put them into one of the 6 sections of our wreath. All right, so I'm gonna flip it over just so I can see where the section is. So there's one right here. So I'm just gonna put this right here like so. Tuck it in there, give it a good twist. All right, and now you adjust your ribbon. So I don't want to mess up my poofs too much, but I want to go ahead and adjust my ribbon, pull it apart. And I like to curl the little ends. And you will probably have to do some adjustments throughout the wreath making process. So until you got it on the door exactly where you want it, you're probably gonna have to adjust your ribbon a few more times. So don't get frustrated. So there we have like a little firecracker of ribbon. And we're gonna do this again. And I don't think for me, it doesn't really matter like how I'm layering it, like in my hand, because when I pull it all apart, it'll all be the same. So I want to make sure that I get it in the next section. So I'm going to flip my wreath over. So I have one in this section. So I'm going to go in this section right about here. Yeah, let's do it in that one. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is just put them in the sections without fanning them out for just a moment. I want to get them all in. 2, 3. And I know a lot of people like to do maybe like 5, like odd numbers of like things that they put onto their wreath. And I just decided on 6 because I rarely ever do 6. So that's why we landed on that number. Just in case you are someone who questions a lot of things like I do, that is why. All right, let me find. This wreath is so thick that sometimes I lose the pipe cleaners. Ah, there it goes. And then I always, after everything's said and done, I go back through and that's when I cut my pipe cleaners down. So right now I leave everything on there until the very, very end. Usually I bring it into the shop before I'm going to sell it, and that's when I cut them all off, because that's when I know, okay, for sure I'm not adding anything to this, to the pipe cleaners, or to the wreath. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Do I have one in this section? No. Alrighty. I know this is kind of like the Jeopardy theme song part of all of this, because it's just the slower part. I've already got my hot glue gun heating up, and again, it's so hard. Again, it's a good problem to have when you cannot find the other end of your pipe cleaner because your wreath is so thick. All right, there we go. But it makes it a long video for those who are watching. All right, we're almost done. 2 more, and then we'll poof out. Ooh, and I didn't make a fancy tail on this one, but I can always fix that. And I just wanted to say that I went to my local Dollar Tree today, and Christmas is already hitting the shelves. We are still in September, and I know some people get really angry when they see Christmas, which I never understand because Christmas is full of joy. But some people get really angry, and I'm not one of those people. I find joy in everything, and seeing the Christmas stuff truly set my heart on fire. I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. I love the colors, everything that Christmas symbolizes for me. Just seeing that was the most amazing. It's like seeing a puppy, you know, you're just like, oh, it's happening. It's truly happening. I don't care that it's September. All right, last one. Okay, there we go. All right, so now that we've got this all in here, we can fan out like we did over here. And like I said, you're probably gonna have to do this a few times, so don't get frustrated. Just have fun with it. I'm just gonna kind of do it like, just a little bit. I'm still waiting for that drip to happen off of my glue gun to let me know that we can start gluing the trinkets on, because if you watched any of my other videos, you know I'm a trinket person. I am all about trinkets. I cannot wait to start gluing these bats on there. So we're gonna do like a rough ribbon poofing thing, if that even made sense, but it did in my head. All right, here we go. Very cute, very cute. And we're not doing a bow because we're going to be doing so many trinkets. I didn't want to overload this wreath, in case you were wondering, like, well, where is the bow? We're not going to do one. All right. You can adjust your poofs as you see fit. And if you want to add a dab of glue to your wreath, to your sign, feel free to do so, because that's another, little extra security. For your sign, I might, sometimes I do it. It just depends. But I feel really good about how it's secured in there. All right, there we go. Now, let's go ahead and start gluing. All right, I did buy these cute little plastic bats, have an evil face. They did have like this little cord on there, and I just cut it off down to the, down to the bat. And I did get 3 of these, so I did do an odd number, and I just think this is gonna look so good on here. And I'm just gonna like lay them where I think they should go. Oh my goodness, I can, oh, so stinking cute. So we're gonna do that. And then I got these little gold glitter bats, and they did come with like that little clip on them, but I popped them off. Thank you, Dollar Tree, for making things like this removable. So we're definitely gonna sprinkle this all over, and we have the black ones. I don't think we're gonna use the bat rings. Oh, hold on, let me get some glue. And I was gonna cut like the little plastic off, but I think this is enough. I don't wanna have it be overkill. Oh my gosh, I am just like a kid in a candy store excited. I am dancing on the inside because this is gonna be so cute. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy that I was able to find everything that I was looking for when I went to my local Dollar Tree this morning. Because if you don't know, I live in a very small town. We have like a store. We have like one of. There's no, oh, well, let me go try this other one. Let me go try this other one. That just doesn't happen unless you want to drive 45 minutes, which I did not have this morning. All right, so I'm gonna let those sit on there. In the meantime, I'm gonna add my orange bats. Okay, oh, it's tail, that's why. See if I can poke that little piece through this mesh. That's what I'm trying to do without burning my fingers. All right, and oh, who else is loving a bat-themed wreath? Like I said, I've never done a bat-themed wreath. But it is slowly becoming one of my favorites this year, for sure. Okay, and like I said, I love the trinkets, so I'm being really careful not to burn myself. This glue gun that I have is scalding hot, hotter than any glue gun I used in the past, and yeah, it's not fun if you get burned. So anyways, I can't wait to pick this up and show you guys what this looks like. And then we're gonna, of course, adjust our ribbon again, whatnot. I still can't believe that Halloween is next month. I've been so busy planning a bunch of events here in my town that it's kind of, I don't want to say snuck up on me, because I knew, like, I've been decorating my house for fall and everything like that, but still, I'm still always like, wait a minute. It's happening. It's happening. All right, that's on there good. Those bats are glued down pretty good. All right, we got 2 more bats, and I think I'm actually gonna wait until I prop my wreath up to see where I wanna add these bats. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay, everyone, here is the finished wreath. I am loving the choice that I made to grab these little bats. I did have to glue down the wings on both sides, and I love all of it. I love the glitter bats. I love this ribbon. I like the orange little bats. Super, super adorable. Oh, it's so spooky. All right, everyone, that is it for this spooky bat Halloween wreath. I hope you guys liked it, and I love the fact that I got all of my trinkets from the Dollar Tree, but I highly recommend that you check out Three Birds Nest because they have the cutest signs, and if you're looking for stuff for Christmas, jump on it now, because I think it takes like 4 to 6 weeks to get your centerpiece, and I ordered these like a couple of years ago. So I'm super happy that I was able to use this today. I hope this tutorial is easy to follow along with, and I just love how it came out. I'm gonna cut all the excess pipe cleaners down, and I'm gonna get this in my window ASAP. So anyways, if you guys like this tutorial, please, 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 please share it with your friends, give it a thumbs up, and tell me what you love most about the wreath. Do you like the big rubber bats? Should I have used more? Do you like the glitter? Do you like the poof method? Do you like the ribbons? Let me know in the comments. And oh yes, and don't forget the voting for my business, Fixing It Up with Sandra's shop. Everything is in the description box below, and it just would mean the world to me. Us small businesses can use all the help we can get. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys again in my next tutorial.